Aries, I'm Ellie with PsychicFuture.com, and this is your horoscope from the 24th of September to the 30th. So I hope that you have had a lovely autumn equinox and you managed to do some nice harvesty things with your friends and family, maybe had a feast or a bit of a knees up or something. If you haven't done yet, then you've still got time. There's still these like harvest energies in the air, so make sure you do. So now this week, the sun is moving from Virgo season into Libra season. Now, Libra is a bit of a misinterpreted sign because a lot of people see Librans as being kind of very personable people. They like to connect and they like to have fun and they like to dress well, and all of these kind of stereotypes that we go along with that are actually a little bit shallow and a little bit, they don't have as much depth as what the true meaning of this sign is. And I kind of want to bust some of those myths a little bit for Libra season. So Libra season sits between Virgo and Scorpio season. If you're in the Northern Hemisphere, where most of the classical Western astrology was based, then that means that you are moving from this kind of harvesty, end of summer kind of energy into Scorpio season, which is going dark, going within. There's no sunlight, it's very cold, the days are very short, and all you've got to do really is kind of think and sleep and dream and, have very inner experiences. So Libra season is the in-between stage. And this is very well represented by the scales. So as well as Libra being a sign ruled by Venus, which is all about this lovely beauty and connection and relationships and love, it's also the symbol of truth and justice and judgment and seeing that everything is balanced and harmonized. So this actually can reflect in this relationship influence, where what we tend to see in other people is actually what we see in ourselves. So when we meet someone and we think, wow, I love their confidence, that a lot of the time is because we're denying our own confidence in ourselves. And if we meet someone and we think, oh God, I don't like how impatient they are, then sometimes that's because we're not letting ourselves be impatient, we're not letting ourselves experience that feeling. And if you know anything about psychology or psychotherapy, the very famous psychotherapist Carl Jung, he talked about this and he called it projection. So when you project onto other people, it's like there's something within you that you are seeing mirrored in another person, and you're almost denying it, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. So this Libra season, instead of thinking about all the kind of flouncy, oh, it's Venus and it's connections and it's, all this kind of art and beauty and, relationships, which it is, try and think a little bit about what that says about you. So ask yourself some questions about your relationships, like, for example, what do I like in other people that I don't allow myself to be? Things like confidence, creativity, being loud, being yourself, being everything that you would like to be, but perhaps you're not confident enough to be that. And then maybe think about the negatives as well, what qualities do I not like in another person that I don't allow myself to be? For instance, we use the example of being impatient. If you are stood in a queue in the post office and you're getting impatient and you kind of tell yourself off for that, then what are you signalling? That you're not allowed to have these emotions? So then what you do is you repress it, and if you see someone else being impatient, you're like, oh, that's really bad, I don't approve of that. But actually, if you just allow yourself sometimes to be do you know what, I feel impatient, then a lot of the time you won't then pick at other people and see that in them as something that you don't like. So yeah, Libra season is this reflection. It's the gateway into the darker time of the year, which is Scorpio season next month, which is where we're going to go really deep and we're going to go within and we're going to find all of this stuff that we're meant to find at this time of year, because when it's sunny, we're too busy having fun and being extroverted, so we don't have that going within and that inner guidance to look to. So this is the in-between stage. It's all about saying, do you know what do I see reflected around me that can tell me something about myself, and then perhaps improve my relationships as well. So if you have got some relationship issues at the moment with anybody, not necessarily a partner, people at work, anything, try and think about how that reflects on you and perhaps what you can learn about yourself from it as well. So I'm going to draw you a tarot card from these lovely miniature little tarot cards that I got for my birthday as my present to me. So let's have a card for Aries. for this week. This one, the King of Pentacles, very nice. Okay, King of Pentacles, I don't know if you can see that, it's very tiny. It's be in control of your domain. You have your entire kingdom, like your world around you and your environment, your job, your house, you know, your relationships with people, all of that, that is your kingdom. So the King of Pentacles comes up when you need to really like step into your power and take control over your kingdom, because everything that is around you, you manifested in some way. You applied for the job that you have, you chose to go on a date with the partner that you have, you chose to hang out with the friends that you have, and you chose to, you know, have certain things in your house that you wanted to have around you, like material things. So all of this is your kingdom that you created. So really try and like oversee it this week and step into it and kind of feel confident, feel organised, feel in control of everything. Yeah, that is a nice card. Right, so have a lovely week, Aries. I hope to see you next week for next week's video, and yeah, much love.